Now I'm going to give you a 16-point consulting cheat sheet. If I had to boil down the profession in 16 too long didn't read snippets, this would be a good place to start. A lot of these things we have talked about in some ways. A lot of these things we will talk about in some ways. Some of these things I won't discuss any more than just telling you what I'm going to be telling you in this video. And I'll just want you to think about what that might mean for your job, not just as a consultant, but as somebody who might use quantitative methods in their everyday activities. The very first thing I think you need to remember, especially as high-performing students in mathematics and statistics, business solutions, consulting solutions are not always going to be the best academic solutions, the best theoretical solutions. In many instances, you will put forward a solution knowing full well that you might not have found the optimal solution. And that's acceptable. Second item, the data and the models won't always support what the client wanted to support, what they wanted, what they needed. You have to be comfortable disappointing the client's hopes. Third item, it is crucial that you master the art of communication with the client and with your team. You cannot sit on information that needs to be shared with the right people. Fourth item, as a consultant, you need to be flexible, within reason, of course. Sometimes clients might try to take advantage of your flexibility, but you need to be able to adapt, change your plan as needed in the face of new evidence. You also have to be willing and able to learn something new quickly. A very important thing for you to remember as our fifth item. There's going to be instances where people call for your help as a quantitative person, and the problem might not actually require quantitative methods. Don't hesitate to say so. Sixth item, some of your projects are going to go swimmingly well. It'll be fantastic. Everything will click, and you're going to be rolling. Some of your projects will not go as well. You're going to have experience that are both positive and negative. You need to be able to learn from both types of experiences. Seventh item, very important, manage your projects and the expectations. Not just your expectations of what can be achieved, but the client's expectations of what can be achieved. You're better off under-promising and over-delivering than the other way around. Eighth item, and that should go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, and I'm speaking this line here as a workaholic, not something that I'm proud of, I'm just aware of who I am. You need to maintain a healthy work-life balance. What that means for you, only you can say. But you can't spend your entire time on work or school. You have to have hobbies, people, relationships, you name it. It can't all be about work. Item number 9. Respect the client, respect the project, respect the methods, and respect your team. And yourself as well. You're part of your team. Lack of respect could make working on any project unbearable. 10th item. The relationship between the consultants and the clients can in some ways resemble a dating relationship. You have options, they have options. Nobody's forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. There's also something there about chasing clients that don't really want your services. You need to be able to take no for an answer. 11th item, you should not work without a contract. None of us are lawyers here. You need to have access to a lawyer or legal specialist. You can do some work on a project before a contract is signed if you feel that there's a pretty good chance that a contract is coming. But if you do work without a contract and you deliver the work, you very well may never see a single cent for the work that you've done. Item number 12, don't oversell. Don't promise the moon. Be honest with the client about what can be achieved. At the same time, don't sell yourself short. You are an expert in a domain that not a lot of people master. You need to find the right balance. Confidence is good. Realism is good. Item 13. As a consultant, you're not there to show people how smart you are. You are smart. That's a given. You're there to help the client. It doesn't really matter if the client doesn't realize how smart you are, as long as you do your job. Item 14. If you are going to do work for free, you should do it because you specifically believe in the project. Not because your team needs exposure or experience. Yes, we need exposure. Yes, we need experience, but we offer professional services. You should be able to charge for your services. Having said that, I do a fair amount of pro bono consulting. Groups that don't have a lot of money who could use my services, yeah, in many instances I will help them for free. That's okay as well. But I'm not doing it because it's going to give me experience and exposure. That's not the reason why I do the work for free for these people or for these groups. Item number 15. If what the client wants can't be done, you should try to offer alternatives. The answer to any client's question shouldn't be no, but it could be no, but how about this? 16th point, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. In order to get something, you need to spend something. In order to get contracts, you need to spend time developing business, preparing proposals. In order to receive payment, you need to have rendered the service. You have to spend a fair amount of time learning new things, trying different things. Consulting is hard. It's not any harder than a bunch of other things you could be doing. When this is done well, it's a very rewarding profession. You get to choose projects, you get to work with people who share a lot in common with you, you get to help people, and you get to get paid. Next, we'll spend some time talking about the consulting life cycle.